Hello, guys. Welcome back to Factutainment. As always, I'm Zeroyeti.
And I'm Oramaster 101.
And we're bringing back to you another Random Facts Thursdays, even though the last one was Friday, because Nick's computer is terrible.
I would blame it more on the Wi-Fi. We're playing more Enter the Gungeon, but we're not back. What?
Because we haven't found a new game.
Well,
Enter the Gungeon is just our default game for everything.
Yeah, well, it's not our default game for everything. It's just sort of what we're using right now for like the stuff like this. So, Chris, what is our first random fact?
First random fact of the day: Coca-Cola is naturally green before the coloring is added.
That's gross. That's a lie. You can't prove anything.
Random fact number 2: Coca-Cola can dissolve a pig's foot.
Okay, I think everybody sort of knows that.
Yeah, I just trying to remind people of that because I'm allergic to Coca-Cola, and everyone's like, "Why don't you drink Coca-Cola?" I'm like, "You realize that thing can strip the paint off a car, right?"
Well, it sort of like harkens back to like those like those articles that are like, watch us boil some Coca-Cola and then see what's left after the boiling, and it's like, oh, it's all this gross stuff, and it's like, yeah, there's nothing good in Coca-Cola, but your stomach is sort of equipped to just, digest Coca-Cola. Does that make any sense?
You don't actually digest Coca-Cola; it just kind of passes through you.
Oh, yeah, because it's a liquid.
You can digest liquids, just Coca-Cola is not natural. Therefore, your body does not process it; it just lets it go through.
I have a associate in science, everybody. I should know this stuff, but I don't.
I have an associate's of science and associate's of arts and a religion. Well, not religion. I am a reverend, and I have training in DNA RNA processing, and I don't have a job.
And that was facts 3 through, I want to say 8.
18? Yeah, I'm not counting those. Okay. Random fact number 3. The average slinky is 87 feet long.
Are you including the slinky fact on the sole purpose of what I showed you yesterday, or?
Yes. That's another random fact. Nick wants me to make a robot for D&D that has slinkies for arms, and I am totally for that.
Are you making fun of me because it is very obviously a monster, a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts? Because that's what I ripped it from. It is the fucking hidden boss in Agrabah.
Yes, but I'm just thinking slinkies for arms would be a hilarious D&D thing. Plus, it doesn't matter if you're whipping a Heartless. I'm literally playing a dinosaur from Jurassic Park in one of them.
Well, Kingdom Hearts isn't a bad game. Like, do you think it's a bad game?
It depends on which Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, true. Like,
also, the one of Goofy dying is weird.
Yeah, it's that was a little like off-putting how that happened. It's like, oh god, Goofy's dead. JK, he's not.
Random fact number 4: drying fruit depletes it of 30 to 80% of its vitamin and antioxidant content.
But it preserves it for longer. So
yeah.
So take that, heteros. I don't know.
Random fact number 5: more people are allergic to cow's milk than any other food on Earth.
Well, yeah, because cow
or honey.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
People are allergic to honey.
Okay, so more people.
Well, not that they're allergic, it's just their body hasn't built up an immunity to the bee saliva stuff.
Right. I think I might be lactose intolerant, but not like soup. Go ahead.
Eat some cheese, though.
Well, I'm not like super lactose intolerant. You know what I mean?
I have a trash can full of water sitting next to me right now. I have no idea why.
Random fact number. Yeah.
What minute are we at?
We're at 5 minutes.
Okay. Random fact number 6 or 7, I've lost track. A 10-gallon hat only holds 3/4 of a gallon.
We've been lied to again.
We're always lied to. That is the nature of humanity.
Can I? Well, I'm sorry. What?
What were you saying?
I don't know. You cut out for a second, but it's all good now. I think. Go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
We've been lied to since the day we were born.
Oh yeah.
We have been lied to about everything from the Tooth Fairy to Santa Claus
To the Earth being round.
To justice.
To the Earth being round.
Love.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
But then again, it is important to believe in things that aren't real so that you can make them a reality.
Did you steal that quote from Walt Disney? Because it sounds like something he said.
You did not say that.
You sure? I feel like I'm just fucking around.
He did not say that. Walt Disney did not say that. That quote wasn't stolen from anyone, but it's similar to a quote from Terry Pratchett's The Hogfather, where Death talks about if you were to grind up the entire universe and turn it into the finest powder and shift it through the smallest sieve, could you find me an atom of harmony, a molecule of justice, or a proton of evil?
That's some pretty deep shit.
And then he goes on to say, I don't remember the quote exactly, but he goes on to say, we must put faith in the small lies, not so that we can believe the big ones, but for humanity to make more of themselves than just the world around.
Wow. That is deep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too deep for what... Whoa.
Of death. That's spoken by the puppet of death. It's actually a pretty good quote.
Okay, so we're at the boss now, if you were curious.
Earth is the only planet not named after a Roman god.
Wait, what?
Earth is the only planet not named after a Roman god.
I feel like we've talked about this in our other series.
Yeah, we might have. The bloodhound is the only animal whose evidence is admissible in the United States court.
I'm sorry, what? Repeat that.
The bloodhound is the only animal whose evidence is admissible in the United States court.
Oh yeah, I don't know that. I was just going like, oh yeah.
Although they have administered, what was it, like a parrot's testimony at one point because it was repeating the murder scene as evidence.
That sounds.
Continue.
That sounds like something that actually did happen.
And in ancient Egypt, a form of justice, like a court justice, was seen as, if they didn't know, if a person was guilty or innocent of a crime, they would leave it up to the crocodiles. And they would throw you into the river. And if the crocodiles ate you, you were guilty. And if they didn't, you were free.
That sounds just as bad as back in Salem when it's like, oh hey, we're gonna tie you to a rock and then throw you into water, and if you live, you're a witch.
But at least with this one, if you live, you're free to go. True. And if you're guilty, you're eaten by a crocodile. That's so if crocodiles don't eat you, you're fine.
Well, we are at time. It is 10 minutes.
Hang on, I'm gonna rattle off the last ones.
Okay.
ATMs were originally thought to be failures because the only original users were prostitutes and gamblers who didn't want to deal with seeing the teller's face. Karaoke means empty orchestra in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
The official name of Rhode Island is Rhode Island and the Providence Plantations. Each suit and a deck of cards represents one of the four major pillars of the economy of the Middle Age Europe. The heart represents the church, spades represents the military, clubs represent agriculture, and diamonds represent the merchant class. The King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache or a beard. The international telephone dialing code for Antarctica is 672. You dial those three numbers, you can call Antarctica. The Mediterranean monk seal is the most endangered seal in the world, with a population of fewer than 700 wild individuals amongst four different populations on four different islands. And the number 16, the largest fish in the Mediterranean Sea, is the basking shark, because the whale shark is not named for the Mediterranean.
Okay.
And that is the facts.
Okay, let me get back to the end of the level. So, this has been another Random Facts Thursday. My name's AuraMaster101.
I'm Zeroyeti. Bye.
Bye.